I'm here today to share a very exciting story about Robin McKenzie and his literature that has helped me survive a very debilitating cervical neck illness. Well, in April and May of 2011, I had a sudden onset of extreme cervical pain around C4, 5, and 6. It was debilitating, and I was largely bedridden. Tried several over-the-counter remedies, typical painkillers, anti-inflammatories, hot and cold patches, but largely I was bedridden, and it was just disabling. It started for the first few months where it was into the C6, 5, and 4 area, and lasted there for probably a month or two. And I did notice then a migration out towards the right shoulder and into the right deltoid and forearm, where I was experiencing severe muscle spasm and sensory and motor loss. The motor loss was that I could not move my arm. In the worst case, I had lost 80% of my motor function and could barely raise my right arm. After I saw that this condition was worsening rapidly, to the point where I was becoming nearly incapacitated, I decided I best go see my general practitioner, who immediately diagnosed me as having what he termed cervical radiculopathy in C5. And he prescribed heavy pain medications, anti-inflammatories, muscle relaxants, and then of course recommended I go see a top neurosurgeon in conjunction with getting an MRI. In July, then I went to see this top neurosurgeon at the Southern California Orthopedic Institute. He then reviewed my MRIs and took some additional x-rays and some physical examination. He concluded that I had a severe disc bulge in the C4, C5 area, causing central canal stenosis, which is a bulging into the central spinal column. And then also the main detrimental effect was the right side bulge into the foraminal nerve root exit area. Hence the nerve impingement exiting out into the right arm and shoulder, and the loss of sensory and motor function. The surgeon, I should say, recommended a complete fusion of C4, 5, and 6. But since I also have an underlying condition called myasthenia gravis, in which I've been on long-term high-dose prednisone, the surgeon indicated that it would likely be a failed surgery. And so it was the decision at that point, mine mainly, to opt for physical therapy. Therapy consisted mainly of neck traction, hot-cold packs on my neck, the electro stimulation pads, also some motor function to try to strengthen the arm and try to regain the muscle atrophy that I had lost so significantly. One thing I wanted to note was the physical therapist, after a few weeks, continued to indicate to me that he felt very pessimistic about my likelihood of recovery with physical therapy only, and continued to suggest that my only option was surgery. And of course, this was very disheartening. Surgery to me was not an option. So I kept pleading with my physical therapist that he please have faith in therapy. But yet, they felt that my only option was through surgery. In September, I had looked into a second opinion from another highly regarded neurosurgeon from the UCLA Spine Center. I had brought my MRIs and x-rays and had a consultation with this top spine neurosurgeon. And he had concluded with the same diagnosis as the first orthopedic surgeon. So the diagnosis and conclusion was the same, yet this neurosurgeon had a little bit different recommendation. The surgeon had suggested a more moderate approach, less intrusive and invasive, something that he termed a microdiscectomy, then with the potential of an artificial disc between C4 and 5, and then also what's called a foraminotomy to relieve the disc bulge into the right foraminal area to relieve the nerve root compression. Those were the options suggested by this neurosurgeon. He too was again leery of high-dose prednisone, but suggested that this less invasive surgery, I would have a higher chance of success. I advised the neurosurgeon that I was not interested in surgery at the time and that I still wanted to pursue all non-surgical methods. I also had embarked on a second physical therapy group who had provided hot and cold packs, muscular strength to try to at least keep from further diminishing my muscular atrophy or muscular loss. I was desperate, to be honest with you. I was in dire straits. So I did attempt some acupuncture for about 2 months. I did pursue several other options, looking at several doctors of chiropractic, and none of which seemed to give me any hope. I couldn't say that I saw any significant improvement, so I had stopped the physical therapy and the acupuncture. In June, upon visit of my first general practitioner and his noticing my extreme pain and diagnosing my condition, he had prescribed some moderate levels of opiate painkillers, primarily Loratab, Norco, and then muscle relaxants to help relieve the muscle spasms caused by pinched nerves. Anti-inflammatories. The first neurosurgeon suggested the possibility of a steroidal injection, which I had refused. So my general practitioner suggested that I should just increase my prednisone dosage rather than take a localized cervical steroidal injection. I felt I had to do my own research and I had to try to heal myself. And thankfully for the internet and the wealth of information that's out there, I had found something that really was well regarded and well reviewed, and it was the Robin McKenzie book on Treat Your Own Neck. And I started practicing diligently Mr. McKenzie's techniques, and I practiced those every morning. For me, this was my only concern now. It was the most important thing in my life, was so that I could restore my arm and not lose further function. And at first, yes, my neck still was very sensitive in the areas, and so the exercises I started out very, I had limited range of motion, but day by day, I could feel that I was getting increased range of motion. When I tried the back extension, that one was a little scary, and I could feel hesitant and some pain. And then gradually, I would say within the next few months, on a daily basis, with at least 1 hour each morning, I practiced all of these exercises. And it was within the first month or two at the most that I started to notice a change in my symptoms and in the pain and an improvement. Where in the past I had pain out into the right shoulder and sensory nerve loss, tingling, numbness out into the elbow, in the forearm, and in the fingers. I started to gradually notice an improvement in that pain, in that it was moving away from my arm and back into my neck. And I was astonished, because that is in fact what it was written in Robin McKenzie's book, that you should expect to see this type of behavior as an improvement. I was very optimistic at that point, that although it scared me because the pain was now going back into my neck, I was optimistic because I could see and feel that the pain was becoming more centralized and localized into the neck, and I was able to slowly regain motor and sensory function in my right arm. Largely, I attribute the results of my healing due to the diligent practices of the McKenzie techniques. After all this research, the practitioners and specialists that I saw, none of them were able to provide me with the help that I needed, nor provide me with the healing that I now have. The important thing is that I've been able to avoid surgery, get off all associated medications, narcotics, muscle relaxants, anti-inflammatories, and largely heal my own neck. by myself. I would really sincerely like to thank Mr. Robin McKenzie. I would like to thank you for all your hard work and sacrifice. Thank you, sir.